Welcome back to our video series on building out basic experiences. Today, we're going to cover how to set up workflows for return visitors. And we'll cover a few different things. We'll cover our enrollment trigger. We'll look at the designs and the variations of those designs that you can use. We'll look at a couple simple and advanced versions of those workflows. And then I'll show you where to find those within the templates section. So, starting out with the enrollment trigger. Now, this is going to be another fairly simple one, and you can see that it's already set up here, but let's set it up from the beginning again. So we are looking for anybody who is returning to the website. So we'll look at their sessions to be greater than 1. Or another way to set this up, as you could say, is at least 2, all time. And you could also change this if you feel like setting this up so that your cart abandoner window or your return visitor window is less than all time. You could set it to something like 7 days or 30 days. In this case, let's use 30 days. So 2 visits at least in the last 30 days will be our first condition. We'll set it up with an and condition that says they abandon their cart. So we'll go to our commerce conditions and we'll look at cart abandoner, any cart abandoner in their last session. Okay. So you could do all time as well because you've got that other condition that says they're returning to the site within the last 30 days, but we'll keep this at their last session. So we'll go ahead and apply this. This is our enrollment trigger. This is going to target anybody who has more than one visit, and the last time they visited within the last 30 days, they abandoned their cart. Great. So we'll go ahead and drag in our design. And again, everything design-wise and presentation and styling happens within the design studio. So we'll go ahead and find a design that we've actually already built. So we'll look at our save designs, and we should see right up here in the top, return visitor items in cart. We'll go ahead and grab that, and we'll drop that into our design. And the last thing that we'll do for this simple exercise is we'll take a look at our settings, and we'll say we want to display this as an overlay. Great. We want to advance them beyond this step once they close the design, and we'll go ahead and uncheck this box that runs them back through this if-then step again on each page load, because this is not a banner or a flyout, and we just want this to show once, and then once they close it, not show again. So this looks good to me. I'll go ahead and save it. Let's save our workflow. Let's double check our enrollment settings and say, does not require new page view, applies to existing profiles. I'm fine with the name of it. And maybe I'll only do this one time every 30 days, which would be once per session, or you could do no re-enrollment. So if you never want them to see this again, you only want to give them one shot at it, that's perfectly okay too, especially for the returning visitor segment. So I'll go ahead and save this, and I'm done. I'm ready to publish for anybody who is returning that abandoned a cart. So we could start to look at this a couple different ways, right? And so what we'll cover now is the second and third steps today. So they'll kind of go hand in hand. Which designs do you use, and how can you sort of make this a more advanced workflow? And what I'll do is I will delete this design out, this design step, and I'm going to get rid of one of my conditions. I'm going to get rid of this cart abandonment condition. And what I've already done cleverly on the side is I've created a design that is for return customers or return visitors who left items in cart. So we'll go ahead and recreate that flow that we just did, but we'll also create a separate branch that targets people who are returning customers. So again, we're looking at anybody in the last 30 days that returned to the site, but not who have abandoned their cart. We'll drop in an if-then branch, and let's set our conditions. We'll say cart abandonment has happened in their last session. Let's apply that condition. That's pretty quick. And let's give that one a name. Let's say cart abandoners. And save that, and then let's add a branch that says, let's look at their purchase history. Purchase total, grand total is greater than, maybe $100 all time. And let's apply that. Let's say returning customers. You can also create as many branches as you want. So if you want to target people who abandon a cart or abandon the browser, let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's add a condition for items in cart cart amount item quantity is equal to 0 in their last session. So we'll add that, and we'll just say these people are browser abandoners. So now we have 3 branches. Once we save this, we have 3 paths for our return visitors to go down. Our cart abandoners, we'll go ahead and drag in the design there that we did before. This is the same path that we created last time with our return visitor items in cart. Go ahead and check the settings there. Great. Now we'll look at let's look at our returning customers. Let's drag in another design there. Save designs, return customer discount, very cleverly located right under my return visitors. Go ahead and select that. And let's uncheck this box as well. And finally, over to our browser abandoners. Now, these are people that are returning to the site but did not leave anything in their cart the last time they left. So maybe what I want to do is set a delay of about 20 seconds, give them a chance to get acclimated to the site. You could also do this above here if you choose. And then I'll drop in a design below that. Let's select a design, and I'll just go ahead and decide to show them my email capture banner. So I'll show them a banner, and on this one, I will repeat this if then every single page load until they close the design, because I want this banner to show on each page load. So interestingly enough, I think this is actually a pretty good user experience on the website, because these people are still returning to the site. They may have seen your original lead capture pop up, but now you're presenting them a minimum email capture banner, and you can go ahead and sync this to Klaviyo if you choose, or any email service provider. I'm using Klaviyo here, and if I'm collecting SMS there, I can also subscribe them to a list there. And that's our advanced workflow. So what we've done is we've created a more advanced workflow that looks at different types of return visitor designs, whether that is a cart abandoner design that says, hey, you have bestsellers in your cart, do you want to check out now for a discount? Or, hey, welcome back, we really appreciate your business, here's a 15% discount. Or for someone who has not bought or put items in their cart, let's attempt to grab their email again, or their SMS, or some sort of contact info to put them in a campaign or a list. And we're doing so in a way that's not interrupting their experience. Okay, and so that is our return visitor flow, the advanced version. Now, if you're looking for where to find these, I'm gonna go ahead and publish this and get out of this area here. If you're looking for where to find these, you can go into our templates section, and you can see returning cart abandoners is one of our featured templates. You can also find it when you create a new workflow here. This will show you some of our new templates. And as a side note, every time you use a public template, the designs that accompany that template will be loaded in to your dashboard. So you can go over to the design studio, you'll find the designs that were accompanying your workflow template, and you can go in, edit them, and as soon as you publish them and publish your workflow, those changes will be live on your site right away. So what did we cover today? Today, we covered our enrollment trigger, which if you're starting out with something simple, the enrollment trigger could be a little bit more drilled down into detail, like this person is returning to the site and abandoned their cart in their last session. Or if you're creating a more advanced workflow, you might start it off more broad and say this is a returning visitor, and then specify their other conditions in an if-then branch right below it. We also looked at different designs that we can use for different segments of returning visitors, and we built out an advanced workflow. Thanks again for joining, and we look forward to seeing you at the next video.